Welcome to Homeschool Iowa's slideshow about the 5 legal options that there are to homeschool in Iowa. We're going to cover first the 2 options that do not require any reporting or annual assessments and also have no access to public school services. The first one is independent private instruction. There's no initial reporting, no annual assessments. School officials can request that you provide them information about your IPI program. We do have a response form that you can use to respond to a request like that. There's no access to dual enrollment. However, you can do concurrent community college courses. There's no set number of instructional days specified by the law, but the law does say that we need to cover 5 school subjects: reading, language arts, mathematics, and social studies. The next option is competent private instruction, CPI. Option 2, opt-out reporting. CPI actually has 4 different options that you can use. Option 2 has opt-out and opt-in, and then we have option 1 with supervising teachers and HSAP teachers. So this is option 2 with opt-out reporting, is the other way that you can homeschool in Iowa without reporting or having services from the school district. So with opt-out reporting, option 2, you have no initial reporting. You can opt out of the annual assessments. You have no access to dual enrollment again. You have to provide instruction for at least 148 days per school year with at least 37 days per each quarter, but there are no school subject requirements with this option. The next 3 options we're going to cover are also competent private instruction options, but these are ones that have some supervising teacher oversight and access to public schools. So the first one we're going to go over is competent private instruction, CPI option 2 with opt-in reporting. With this option, you need to file the CPI report form A by September 1st if your child is of compulsory school age attendance between the ages of 6 to 16, or if they have previously been enrolled in public school programs. There is an annual assessment that's required. They have to be completed by May 1st and submitted by June 30th. There's 3 different forms that you can use of assessment. You can do a standardized testing results report, a portfolio evaluation report, or an accredited correspondence school report. Any of those 3 options will work. Again, just like the other CPI option 2, you have to do 148 days of instruction per school year with at least 37 days per quarter. The difference is that you do have access to dual enrollment for services for classes, activities, etc. at the public school in your area. Our next option is competent private instruction, option 1, with a parent-selected supervising teacher. Here again, you file your Form A by September 1st, and you will pick your own supervising teacher, and you have to visit with that teacher at least twice every 45 days of instruction. 1 out of every 2 visits must be face-to-face. Your supervising teacher must have a valid Iowa teaching certificate or practitioner license that's appropriate to the grade level of the student. As a parent, if you are a licensed teacher, you may serve as your own supervising teacher as long as you meet those requirements of a supervising teacher. Just like the other forms of CPI, you have to do in 148 days of school with 37 days per quarter. This one does not have any required school subjects, but when you do your assessments, you do have to assess over those 5 subjects of mathematics, reading, language arts, science, and social studies. You do also have access to dual enrollment with CPI option 1, supervising teacher. This next slide is just a few of our frequently asked questions about supervising teachers. One of the ones that we have not covered yet is, how do you find a supervising teacher? Any appropriately licensed teacher can serve as a supervising teacher, even a friend or family member of yours. You can also request referral to one of the teachers on the Homeschool Iowa Supervising Teacher database. Simply send us an email, and there's a link for that on our website, and you can find a supervising teacher that way. The next one is CPI option 1 with an HSAP assigned teacher. Here again, you're going to file your CPI Form A. You're going to enroll with your HSAP, and their enrollment dates are set by the HSAPs in all the different districts. And you will have to have those visits every 45 days 2 visits every 45 days, and 1 out of every 2 visits must be face-to-face with your HSAP teacher. And instruction will have to be provided for at least 148 days per school year. The school subject requirements will be dependent on your HSAP requirements. So whatever your HSAP sets, that's what school subjects you'll have to make sure you're covering. You will also have access to dual enrollment through HSAP. That if you want to take extracurricular classes, if you want to do band, if you want to go on field trips, you might have to also dual enroll. Some HSAPs have some programs available without dual enrollment. A lot of them require dual enrollment if you're also going to participate in the district. Again, HSAPs are very dependent on the district, so you really need to connect with your HSAP in your area if that's the route you choose to go, and get the regulations for their program specifically from them, because it does vary across the state from district to district. If you have more questions about HSAPs or homeschooling or any of these laws, we go into a lot more depth with all of these on our website at homeschooliowa.org.